but they don't just give away those opportunities to anyone. So I have to prove myself.
Welcome to the most must-see WWE talk show in history. Welcome to Miz TV.
Hey, this is TBK here. Got another good one for you guys today. We are here to talk about the Love in WWE Episode 3 recap of Montez and Bianca and Montez. Now, this particular episode is going to be about the training game. And the training game means that while Bianca and Montez prepare for WrestleMania as they're into WrestleMania season, but they're also going to do another thing, in which is Bianca wants to enter a bodybuilding competition en route to WrestleMania. Now remember, she's doing this is 56 days until WrestleMania, and also at the same time doing this this World Beauty Fitness and Fashion competition. So this is going to be interesting, as Bianca's going to try to juggle both, prepare for WrestleMania and doing a beauty fitness competition. Now, 2022 was the previous year that she was in it, and she won that particular year. But she wants to re-enter it again for 2023. So she previously won this event before. So she won in 2022, but question is, how can she do that, and get ready for WrestleMania? Now, despite her trying to do all this at the same time, she asked Montez to join her. She asked him to join her, saying he should prepare for the event as well, for the men's bodybuilding event. And he agrees that he would want, help Bianca. Now, in this particular scene here in this still, Montez is up about 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe 4:30. He's getting the blender ready. He's ready to train. He's ready to work out and prepare for the event. And Bianca's waking up. She's saying, "What are you doing? You're like on 10. What are you doing?" And Montez said, "We're getting ready for this event. You asked me to, join you and prepare for this event for the men's. I'm doing that." And she said, "It's too early." And he said, "Hey, the losers is the one sleeping. The winners are the one preparing for the event." So she said, "Let me take my bonnet off," as she has the bonnet on in this episode. And he said, "You know what? While you get ready, take your bonnet off." He said he has to do number 2, And she said, "Well, if you was going to do that, that's going to take about 15 minutes. You might as well could have woke me up later. Why you go do that?" So they have their little segment. They work out and everything. Meanwhile, Bianca talks about while getting ready for this competition, while they prepare for this event, that they have to follow a very strict diet regime, which meaning is Bianca has to watch what she eat. As you see here, that she prepares to weigh her food and, watch what she eats. And she just want to make sure she's ready for the event. But I can tell it's getting to her quite a little bit. Meanwhile, while her and Montez get ready for the event, as stated last episode, Montez still trying to find his spot for, WrestleMania. Where is his solidified spot as as an individual? And Montez, he's worried about his spot. He says that in there, but the thing about it is, not only he's worried about going solo, as he gets a call from WWE saying, "We want you on a solo match on Raw." Also, that he only has a solo match on Raw, but he also see if he could qualify for the Elimination Chamber event. So not only if he does win the match solely, he will also qualify for the men's Elimination Chamber match. At this particular time, it was for the United States Championship, which was on Monday Night Raw. and that was the main title, as Roman Reigns had both titles. This was before the World Heavyweight Championship was brought into WWE later that year at Night of Champions, which was after WrestleMania of last year, 2023. He has a match against Elias. Now, he has the match, but he pins a 1-2-3, and he qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. Now, also, Dawkins, his tag team partner, Street Profits, also has a solo match on Raw to qualify for Elimination Chamber. Now, he faced off against Damian Priest. Unfortunately, Dawkins lost that match, which means he did not qualify for the Elimination Chamber match, for the United States Championship. So he did not go, but Montez did. Montez won his match by beating Elias, as shown here in the still, and Dawkins lost against Damian Priest. Falling the South of Heaven finisher by Damian Priest. So Montez is really happy about, winning the match. He's happy about everything. And Bianca, gives him some encouragement. But yet he's still worried about going solo. So he's still battling with that. Also, while in the midst of all that, while him and Bianca prepare for the bodybuilding competition and WrestleMania, Bianca's parents visit. So they come visit and say hello to Bianca and Montez. I know Bianca's father, he recently had back surgery. So even though he had back surgery, they require him to slow down a little bit, move around as much. He's still running around doing everything because he's an active man. Bianca stated that her father's always been active. She's seen that growing up and even now, which means why Bianca is so active, for the trying to do WrestleMania in the bodybuilding competition, because she got it from her dad. That's how he is. Even though he should be taking it easy following back surgery. But, at one moment, Bianca, she's concerned. I think she talks to her mom saying how much is getting to her. How can she juggle doing the competition and also, getting ready for WrestleMania. And also Bianca is worried because she's facing demons, because also Bianca mentioned how she faced bulimia when she was young, when she was doing track, how she didn't want to eat anything, how food was the enemy to her as a teenager, and she overcame those demons by starting bodybuilding, and also encouragement from her former coach. But she starts to see, flashbacks of that, of the eating and everything. And I know all of that's just getting to her. She talks to her mother while her dad's out working on something on the roof of Bianca's house. Her mother's concerned about that, but her mom said, "How can you do all that? You probably should slow it down and withdraw from the competition." And Bianca thinks about it and agrees, and she ends up withdrawing from the competition because of the heavy workload. And her mother pretty much guided her in the right direction of what she should be focusing on, in which is, her regular life in WWE, and of course, WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania. So she don't want too much on workload. You gotta remember, Bianca at this particular time was the women's champion heading into WrestleMania. As she was not a challenger in previous years, she is the champion, which is a lot of pressure on her. And she has a good talk afterwards. She talks to Montez. She talks to him in the car and everything. They have a good talk about it. And they say, you know what? She's not going to do it. And Montez, she told Montez, you can still do it. You can still compete if you want to for the competition. He says, nah, you out, I'm out. All Montez was talking about was eating again. He said, I can eat normally, because that was, getting to him at certain points. But, other than that, though, this was a good episode. This is basically showing how Bianca is juggling too much at once, how she needs to slow down, but also, it doesn't hurt that, she took less of workload, because Montez said that in this particular scene right here, that he respects the fact that Bianca was honest. She wasn't trying to do what everybody else wanted her to do. She thought she could do what was right. and also be honest with it, and still doesn't make her any less of a woman or any individual for that matter that she is not going to enter the bodybuilding competition. She has a lot to focus on. She has to focus on retaining her championship. She has to focus on training. She has to focus on, the press events, the regular weekly episodes of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. I think she was on SmackDown brand at this time. No, she was on Raw. I'm sorry, she was on Raw. It was on the Raw show. I'm sorry. So she had to focus on the weekly Monday Night Raw shows, which is the #1 flagship show. The press events, everything. Get ready for WrestleMania, interviews, etc., etc. That's a lot on one person, and they talk about it, and that's pretty much that she's not going to enter that competition. She's just going to be keeping it, cool and calm. She don't want to, overwork herself. Because she said, she was talking about her dad. That's why her dad had back surgery, because he was doing too much. And she said she don't want to go down that route. So she's going to take it easy. And, of course, Montez will take it easy, too. As he's happy about qualifying for the Elimination Chamber. He's going to be in that match for United States Championship, en route to WrestleMania. And Bianca's going to be champion headed to WrestleMania. So, like I said, it was a good episode. This is the 3rd episode of this. And I believe there are 5 more episodes, and I will cover each episode. I think this was a good episode, just basically trying to juggle everything, life, family, work, everything. And I'm glad Bianca did withdraw from the competition, because it would have been too much on her, and she didn't want to, have health issues with her back like her dad. But don't have exhaustion. Don't be exhausted, or have panic attacks for that matter. Thank God she did the right thing. I'm glad that she was able to come to her senses and not do too much, because I thought it was too much too. And that's all I have regarding Love in WWE Episode 3 recap, which is a recap of Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez. You guys let me know in the comment section, what do you think of this particular episode, and what do you expect to see in future episodes? But there are more to check out. If you like this episode here, check out Love in WWE Episode 2 recap in the video for YouTube, and also Love in WWE Episode 1 recap. Until then, it is OUT.